Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of The Dimensionalist. I'm a Dimensionalist. Today's topic's about the Earth is round and the Earth is not flat. I heard about this a long time ago before I even started the channel. I was going to do a video on this. But I'm going to do a video on this to show that what the logic of how and why the Earth is not flat. I understand that people have their concepts behind the Earth is flat, but I'm gonna tell you why it's impossible, and then for I have flat Earth theorists to tell me and answer my questions. And if you're a flat Earth theorist and you can answer these questions, but don't go into argument and like say something indirect, just answer the question perfectly. You know, that's all. First off, North Korea is shooting missiles on Earth to try to hit, you know, in both directions. So they wouldn't be talking about that specifically if the Earth was flat. That means there's one zone that you can't cross over. You know what I'm saying? There's one, if it's flat like this, North Korea's here, they're not going to shoot a missile to go around the flat Earth, supposedly, and hit over here. Then they'll be like, oh, they really can't make a missile go around. Or they would try to make a missile go from here to here. They're trying to make a missile go from the shortest point, which is from North Korea, to all the way to here to around the Earth, right there to California. And that's their objective. It ain't North Korea, you know, the way the map looks, North Korea to the east coast of you know, America. So that's one thing you got to disprove right there of why that logically these people are saying these things. And yeah, they can't send missiles that far from North Korea. So that's one thing. Secondly, planes go in all different directions around the Earth. Alright? The Earth is big as fuck. And you gotta go from one place to the other. You see what I'm saying? So, you gotta prove to me that the Earth is flat, not just by saying it. You know, saying it and saying some logic behind it and saying the Earth is a ball. You gotta also say that how and why the Earth is not round, or if it was round, and disprove it. You know, people don't fucking say that. So, okay, if Earth was flat, right, then in one direction, it would have to go, it would have to, at one point, you get to one point, you would end up on the other side, if the Earth was flat. Meaning, if I kept walking, I would have to get to the other side, meaning it'd be like an infinite plane, but all of it connects back to the side, sort of like, meaning, it's sort of like, you know, when you go around the Earth, you go around to one side and back around. Now, if it was flat, the Earth, you would have to go walk at one point, and then right when here's flat Earth. If it was flat, you would go to one side, and then right here where the other part of the Earth is, you would instantly somehow end up back right here. That's fucking impossible, you know, because you're going in one direction to get the other side, which infinitely all this is connected. Right here would end up right back right here. All the same plane would end up back to each other. So somehow there's an infinite portal that would end up back to the other side. So that's fucking crazy. That don't fucking make sense. So we could throw that out the window for the flat Earth. That disproves that right there. Also, one of the arguments is, how come when you walk or something, you're never curved? That's because the Earth's so goddamn big, we're so fucking small, we can't notice it. It's like, well, why can't you send up something to see the curvature of the thing? Because by the time you send something up in the view of how you view it, and you see Earth, it's so goddamn big, you get to see the fucking curve. You're yet to see the fucking curve. You see what I'm saying? So that throws that fucking shit out the window because it's so goddamn big, the curve hasn't started yet. You're still at the one part, like taking a 0.000001 speck of grain of sand, not even just a grain of sand, on a big gigantic fucking ball, and then putting it there. And if that thing was to go up and look, it would still think everything's flat. Because technically everything's built on flat and structures and things like that. You know, here on Earth, you know, if something's actually flat and you like walk off your floor, it's you know, geometrical, you know, and symmetrical and flat, you know, like your floor. But at one point it does slightly curve, but that entire curve takes forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, that arc to occur if we actually see it. Another thing is, if the Earth is actually fucking flat, we got tons of fucking water. It goes deep goddamn down. So how the fuck is it flat, but you're saying that it's not flat, but it has to be some type of not flat because the water goes down fucking for a long fucking time. It goes down far, far fucking way. So that throws it out from being fucking flat right there. The goddamn, that shit goes down, motherfucker. That shit goes down. So I just watched this one dude's video, and he tried to say the Earth was flat, but none of his shit made sense. Like, a few of the things he was saying kind of made sense, but it really didn't make sense because I still had questions for it. So that right there throws that out the window, that the Earth is fucking actually flat. You know, I guess where they're coming from, I really fucking don't. But the Earth, the ocean's deep as fuck. So what do you mean by flat? Like, paper thin flat? Like, slightly flat? A square, you mean? The Earth is a square and the water's sitting in that square? I mean, be specific. Don't just say the Earth's flat, it's motherfucking flat. You know, like when I was joking with my friend one day, I said, the Earth's flat. I said, Earth's flat, climb a mountain. Goddamn shit, it's not flat, man. You know, it's like, oh, you're misinterpreting. It's flat, meaning it's everything should build on top of it. But, you know, I don't understand that shit, dude. That shit's dumb as fuck. The Earth is round, it spins, we've been in space. Motherfuckers floating around space station. Shit happened in space stations. You know, and also the conspiracies behind everybody believe that aliens came in fucking UFOs and shit. So that instantly, if all the people that believe that, the Earth is definitely fucking round, you know. But that's another fucking topic. You know, and stars and shit. So, you know, the Earth is fucking round, you know. And the thing is, B.O.B. the rapper had said something about wanting to get something so he could travel to the side of the Earth and take a picture of the end. Now, let me tell you this. The Earth ain't, if it's flat, it ain't infinite flat. You know, that's goddamn impossible. It ain't infinite fucking flat. Meaning, it's like, oh, well, if we go to the side, it's the ice barrier there. You can't get past the ice barrier. Well, go there and video record that there's a fucking solid wall so we can believe that. Like, so we can believe that when that shit stops. Okay, this rapper's got millions of dollars. All he's got to do is get a boat. That's inexpensive. He thinks he's got to build a rocket and collect fucking hundreds of $20, $30, $40,000, $100,000 to do this project. Actually, he's got his own money to personally do it himself. He can get a boat. If he believes the Earth is flat, to prove it, he can get a boat and drones. Numerous drones, so if something goes wrong and one dies or something. A strong-ass drone, a couple $1,000s, very expensively made, with high-definition cameras, and, you know, remote receiver. And for it to see the screen and everything like that and record. And, of course, have a computer with him so he can record it and upload internet when he gets back to the internet. And or if he has satellite internet. So now, he could take a boat trip, cheap boat, you know, I mean, it'd be big enough to have some people on there to go with them and stuff, not one small one. If it waves splash it over and fucking knock it over, he's drowned. No, it's been one big enough he can go over there. He could spend $20,000-$30,000 on that, and, you know, rent one or something, you know. Somebody's glad to rent money for that much and get their shit back. So take that boat, take a fucking few drones. I mean, and it's not that much money. Go all the way there, right? Get enough gas. Boats can go fucking far as shit, right? You know, get gas, make sure you got enough supplies and stuff. Go to where you say the supposed end is. Fly fucking drones, so because you can't go over there, because you're going to make up a reason why you can't go fucking over there. Go over there and record where it stops, and the drone stops, or something. You know, you can't just say the Earth's fucking flat and there's a barrier, because one dude said it was a dome over it and shit. Okay, you can't just say that. That means if there is a dome over it, right? Listen to this shit. I want the fucking flat Earth theory. If you come to this fucking channel, I want logical shit, man. Don't come here arguing and mad. That's cool. I mean, that's fine, but just logically break it down. These questions that I have for it. But if you get to one end, if it's supposed we can't send a spaceship up, right? It's a space shuttle, and it stops, curves, blows up, or whatever the fuck everybody says that happens because Earth's a dome stopping it. Then that dome's over at one point where it connects back to flat Earth. And we can technically get to that wall that's the dome. There's a visible wall, whatever the fuck y'all call it. That shit ain't real anyway. To get there, record that it's there, physically get out and touch it. I mean, it's not like you gotta go 40 billion miles and it's an impossible journey to get to the supposed wall. If supposedly you'll say the Earth's flat, know that it's flat by proof. Video cameras are here these days. Put it on YouTube and stuff. And that wall, here's the United States. All these travel all across the ocean. Here's the supposed Antarctic barrier. So there's the entire Earth surrounded by fucking ice. So it's fucking stupid, honestly. And then just get to that barrier. Or even if you can't get to it, you got drones to fly over there. A couple drones so they can record each other doing things. Get about 4 or 5 drones. That's not going to cost that much money. He could do all this shit under $50,000, $100,000. And he's got the money to spare to do that. And he's getting people to help him prove the Earth flat. Please prove it. Please prove to me that the Earth is fucking flat. First, the ocean's deep as fuck. The Earth's so fucking round and big that you can't see the curve no matter how far you go up because the curve hasn't started yet. It's so goddamn big. Like, don't just say that, the Earth will start to curve. One dude in those other videos said if he had the mall can't come to me if it spins. No, the Earth's spinning at a certain rate that the whole entire Earth's been accustomed to. Gravity's holding it together. We can't see that because we're like you're in a car and the car stops. If the Earth was to stop spinning, we would instantly go, oh fuck, and fly fucking forward. But it's fucking crazy to me that people think that that the Earth's fucking flat. The Earth is spinning at such a consistent high speed motion that we're traveling along with it. As simple as that. And gravity's holding it together. That's fucking logic to me. I'm just like, okay, dude was saying, okay, gravity doesn't exist. Okay, he says density. Okay, density based off of gravity. I know shit's dense, but that shit makes sense for me to fucking logically put the shit to fucking together, I understand where they're coming from. Believe me, I love conspiracies and things like that. That's why I watched one video. Like, we don't want to watch one fucking video finally. I seen charts on it, and I was like, I don't really understand that shit. My friend was telling me about that shit last year and shit. So, I was like, nah, the Earth ain't fucking flat. How the fuck's the Earth flat? If you go to one side, you would have to end up on the other side because planes travel and shit, So that means if the Earth was flat, that means that plane routes, if you check plane routes and shit, and go to airlines, they got routes going over Earth and over certain parts. So where the fuck's the ends? Where does the flat Earth end? And they got all these charts and shit ending up crossing over each other. So that means the Earth is not flat. It's fucking dumb as fuck, man. Seriously. I understand they pay the Bible, the firmament, the ground, the sky, the firmament, the water is above the firmament, and so the water is above us. But if the firmament's there and there's a barrier, what's holding it together? You're going to start making up there's gravity holding that up or some shit. And then there's really not a barrier, but the barrier is that barrier or some shit. I don't know, man. And that shit makes sense, man. Like, you got to make logical explanations. Like I said, I want someone that's a flat earth theorist to please answer these questions for me. If the Earth's flat, why can't y'all just take a boat over there in drones? You're going to fucking go crazy and not mention why. Just directly say why. You can't do that. It's possible for someone to do that. If it was flat, that's why no one can do it. Because it's not fucking flat. Secondly, one side to the other, like I said, you're ending up one side. If the Earth is flat, you're ending up one side instantly. And it's an infinite way to get back and forth to each other because we're round. That's how we get to each other, is from being round. All the way around in circles like this. In any direction we get to each other like that. But if the Earth was flat, this is flat, it would end up over here, whoop, back over here, over here to flat Earth, whoop, back over here. So that would have to be that. You'd infinitely get back to the other side. Okay, and the fact that you can't see the curve because it's so goddamn big, you can't see the curve yet. You're still seeing the part of Earth that to you that is flat where you're at. Because the Earth where you're at geometrically, the way we build society, we make streets flat. They build and destroy shit to make it flat to where it's at. So just because you can't send a drone up and see a fucking curve right then and there, it's because it can't see further enough, and it's not there. You can't. The vision don't go that fucking far with cameras and people's sight and shit. Even fucking animals can't see that fucking far. So that throws that out the window. So Yeah, and I understand people like, you say the Earth, and we're orbiting stars conjunction, and occultists believe that there's stars and astrological configurations, astral projection. These people had already came to a conclusion that the Earth was flat first. Not just some motherfuckers shitting on themselves all of a sudden saying that the Earth is flat. Like, that, you can't do that, I'll say the Earth's fucking square. I have a better argument saying the Earth is rectangular. So I can say the water sits in that rectangular water, and then I can say, I can make up shit like that, and you don't fucking believe it. But I'm saying the Earth is round, that's what the fuck's real. If the Earth is flat, please answer those fucking questions for me. Like, you're not gonna build I can't even create in my mind how that would be done. Like, why has no one took drones in a boat? And that's not that much money. There's million dollar motherfuckers out there. It's like, oh, they're celebrities. Oh, B.O.B.'s a celebrity. This motherfucker wants to do this. This motherfucker's yet to prove it, He's like, he wants to prove the Earth is fucking flat, And, yeah, so you gotta understand at one point in life that shit's real, man. Earth's a ball, it's spinning, gravity's holding it together. It's gigantic. So fucking big, it's unbelievable. It's so big, you can't see that slight curve since it's round. It's that fucking big, man. It ain't just, we're on an Earth and we can get to each other and walk to each other, and then we can see the dome in the end. It's that fucking big, So, he's like, well, our flat earthers are gonna say this. Well, the ice so far, we can't. We'll climb on the fucking ice and go over there. Then it ain't infinite. Take pictures. Get to the end of this wall. Since it's supposed we can't go far up, why go fucking far up? Go far left or right, or forward and back. Wherever you start at, go left. Go all the way fucking west. I'm not using the correct cardinal directions, but go west completely. Keep going until you get to that point. Have motherfuckers ready. Other than I got a call. Take care of another video, Dimensionalist. Peace.
Yo. Check it out.
It look ramen.
You already know what this is. Got a dope package. You. Dope package. I said we got a dope package. Yeah, we got a dope package. Yeah,
passing dope, kid. Cracking open the package. Coke and weed, broken fragments that I'm holding weight. Lift this to a passage to get it in hand. Throwing cash in, dope is fashion. Oh, you don't know I snatch it. The game lack practice. Taking you back, see the dope package. Depends on how you flip bricks, if your dope breaks or not. My money's never tied up, so I make a knot. See the scale? It causes hell in the streets. For them fiends, it divides nights. And for them bitch chicks, right? The way to their heart straight fucking. Good night. I'm a grimy mug when I'm timing sluts. Look at the wristwatch type like trick, hurry up. So many dames trying to holler while I'm gonna dime them, knowing that I'm a baller to the day that I'm dying. I 52 faked the bitch. I paired the hustle, took the cash and gave her 5K of it, and took it back. And hoes look for crack, so I grilled her cocaine on the cooker and propane. She shaking for the good dope. Got at me to ask for my number and code name. Dope games, dope package, the dope exchange, it's a low fat, and the dope's exchange, selling off the dope package. It's a dope game, it's a package.
It look ramen.
Dope package.